Gunmen target crypto holders in France, turning private key risk into a real-world security crisis. The pressure point is the attackers bypass cybersecurity completely and forced a transfer through physical intimidation. The hard number to start with is this: 2 armed intruders forced a family in Ploudalmézeau to transfer about €700,000 in cryptocurrency. So the useful read is not a digital hack, it is physical coercion. The anchor number is €700,000, while 3 hours shows the scale already visible. That keeps the opening question tight. Can France move past fund tracing without the story outrunning its evidence? A viewer who only sees a digital hack misses why Ploudalmézeau and Brest vehicle define the risk range. The important context is the 3 adults were restrained for more than 3 hours, while 2 young children were also in the home. That baseline keeps the story grounded. It shows why the headline is connected to a real operating or market condition instead of a loose narrative. The number to keep in view is €700,000. The context also explains why a digital hack would be too narrow. The story sits inside a larger structure, and that structure is what makes physical coercion worth tracking. That baseline also explains why Brest vehicle belongs in the setup rather than the conclusion. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. Here is the working mechanism. Crypto can move quickly and irreversibly once keys or approvals are controlled. That makes coercion different from online hacking. In plain English, the setup becomes stronger only when the process behind it holds up. The detail to test is fund tracing, because that is where the claim meets observable evidence. If the mechanism breaks, the headline loses force quickly. If it holds, the event can start to affect decisions beyond the first reaction. The mechanism ties €700,000 to Ploudalmézeau, so the next reaction is not random. The practical effect lands on crypto holders. Self-custody reduces counterparty risk, but public exposure of wealth can create personal security risk for holders. That does not mean every connected market moves the same way. It means the group closest to physical coercion has to adjust first, while everyone else reads the spillover. The useful scale marker is 3 hours. That marker keeps the consequence tied to visible data rather than turning it into a broad forecast. Self-custody also matters here, because it shapes the route from physical coercion to actual decisions. What remains unresolved is no arrests have been confirmed in this case, and the recovery path for the transferred assets remains unclear. The story should not be stretched past that. France still needs proof at the exact place where the current setup could either strengthen or break. This is where viewers should avoid treating assumptions as facts. The next piece of evidence has to connect directly to fund tracing, or the open question remains open. The proof has to appear in fund tracing, not just in repeated claims about France. Most people arrive after the move is obvious and the easy upside is gone. We focus on serious crypto education and high-quality signals before the crowd rushes in, so you can understand the setup earlier and move sooner. If you want that edge, visit the link below now. For Gunmen Target Crypto, the next signal is whether investigators identify suspects, trace the funds, or recover any assets after the forced transfer. That signal matters because it turns the story into something measurable. The viewer should remember fund tracing, because that is where the next decision point sits. A clean signal would reduce confusion around physical coercion. A failed signal would show that the current headline was not enough to resolve the story. That is why the final read stays tied to Ploudalmézeau, Brest vehicle, and fund tracing.